YouTube, all lock lovers and dreamers, welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you guys can stay tuned for more videos. Today I am doing a video on the 5 pros and cons of having locks, getting locks, moving on from the life of detangling to retightening every 2 months. So I guess how I'll do this is maybe I'll do 1 pro and 1 con. Pro number 1, you have a much shorter daily routine. That's definitely been the best pro of having locks, the fact that I could just spritz my hair with rose water and literally be out the door. Or if I roll out of bed and maybe don't necessarily spritz it, I still look good. I can throw the babies into a ponytail, or I can just leave it down, which is what I usually do. Y'all, I'm in need of a retighten, which is why I'm up in this ponytail today. Now, a con to that, the very first con that I have, even though you may have a shorter daily routine, who really wants to spend like 5 to 6 to 7 to however many hours it takes to retighten your hair? And for those of you who don't already know, like I said, newcomers, I actually did my hair myself. I maintain it myself. I don't have anyone else's hands in my hair but my own. So it takes me about anywhere between 5 to 7 hours to retighten my hair. I mean, think about it. Your arms are getting tired, your butt's getting sore, and you know, it's not really ideal. I don't really look forward to it, which is why I've been procrastinating. For those of you guys who maybe have locks and you go get them and you have them maintained by someone else, a consultant, a hairstylist, whatever, you know, you're forking out money. You're forking out money to maintain that. I mean, it's not like braids where, you know, you get them done, you take them down. It's, you know, this is kind of like, it's a lifelong journey. You know, if you choose to have them for that long, you have to go to someone every couple of months to get them retightened. And I have no idea how much that costs. Like I said, I do this myself. But, you know, hey, if you've got the skills to do it yourself, or say, for example, you start off getting it done by someone else and then you learn how to do it yourself, you definitely save money there. All right, so the second pro of having locks, I do not miss detangling at all. At all. I don't miss combs. I don't miss brushes. I don't miss the hours spent detangling hair that just tangles up 2 seconds later. If I never ever have loose hair, I'm not gonna be sad, not at all. The whole reason that I actually decided to dread my own hair as opposed to going to someone else or whatever, long story short, I was okay knowing that if I did mess this up, if I screwed it all up, I would shave my head. And I would be 100% okay with that. I was okay with that margin of error. And especially because I did them so small and I did interlock them and I had no idea really anything about interlocking before Googling and YouTubing. And I mean, I was really about this life. I really was. I was gonna do whatever it took, and it took me 2 weeks. Yeah, I do not miss detangling. I save so much time, so much water, so much money on products, trying to soften and detangle and just do things that my hair just wasn't trying to do. So this has been the easiest hairstyle, or not hairstyle, but I guess hair commitment that I've ever made. My hair is happy, I'm happy, it's low maintenance. If you aren't convinced to get locks yet, just stay tuned, stay tuned. Con number 2. Now, for some careers, I've heard the adage that, you know, locks aren't necessarily considered professional, or there can be some restrictions with certain fields. I haven't experienced none of that. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that feels like. Granted, I'm not dismissing those of you who have actually gone through that. Now, that really sucks. With where the world's going right now, you actually run into that case, I want to say, a lot rarely. I wouldn't say that that's something that like actively worry about when it comes to getting locks. Now, I do have smaller locks, so I guess you could say they would be easier to swallow as far as society swallowing them. Now, if you have the big jumbo like Rastas and the freeform locks, if that's a style that you want to go for, then 100% by all means. But I mean, typically people that go for that kind of hairstyle, they typically have a lifestyle that supports it. You know, does that, I hope I'm making sense. But I went for this style specifically because I knew that, you know, at the very least, I was going to be going into the corporate world after college, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. But that's not to say that I would not have gone with locks if there had been some sort of restriction with career, because I get to work earlier than I would any day if I had to still detangle my hair. So think about that. And pro number 3. It is so much easier to moisturize my hair, wash my hair, maintain my hair, and keep my hair healthy, quite frankly, because instead of dealing with each individual strand when you have loose hair, you're focused on the locks, and that's like a grouping of strands. So it's a lot less to focus on, but you literally hit every single thing. When, say for example, I'm putting oil in my hair, it's a lot easier to distribute it through my hair. I can feel the difference almost immediately. Because my strands are grouped together in each dread, they hold on to, like, when I spritz rose water on them, when I put oil on them, I feel like they hold on to moisture a lot better than they would if they were standing alone. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really, like I said, it's low maintenance, and I get to keep the moisture that I put into it, so I'm not wasting my time. I'm not having to spend hours on my hair other than retightening it. Con number 3. No, you can't comb it. That's where I was going with that one. You can't comb it. Some people think it's not as versatile. I mean, it really depends. Again, it depends on the style that you have. If you have sister locks, they're just as versatile as having loose natural hair. If you have super jumbo locks, you probably can't pull off quite as many styles. I know when I first did them, my whole shtick as far as like the beginner phase, like the baby lock phase, I was gonna wear a wig. And then, I don't know, I became so comfortable with how they looked, and I just wanted to really enjoy the journey and just embrace every single stage and every single phase of my hair and just watching it change. I never actually ended up putting a wig on it. I know for some people, they have to always change their hair, and I thought I was the same way, but really it was just because I wanted it to be long, and then I wanted it to be my hair that was long, so. Pro number 4. That's 3. This is 4. Length retention, guys. There's no shedding. Well, virtually no shedding. Okay, like, you know, your ends might come off a little bit, you know, if you dust them. All the hair that would normally shed, like as you're combing it, as you're brushing it, if you had loose natural hair, stays on your head. Stays on your head. And I also think that, personally, because you're not manipulating your hair as much, you're not literally going through with a comb and like ripping out the strands, that your scalp is left to kind of do what it's supposed to do, which is grow hair. So I feel like when you get dreads, your hair might actually grow a little bit faster, or maybe at the same rate, but just uninterrupted. There we go. Con number 4. Wow, we're really going through this list. I'm talking a lot, but it's okay because you stuck with me this far. The ugly phase. But I'm cheating because technically I don't feel like I went through an ugly phase. I mean, there was, like, when I first finished, like I did the very last dread in the front, and my hair was looking very like, you know, the dreads weren't full, they hadn't filled out, they hadn't done anything. So I went through an ugly phase maybe briefly, but that was over within a month, because my dreads had started to really fill out and get a little juicier. Now, there wasn't any length or anything that was happening, but they had gotten a little bit juicier. So I hear a lot of people talk about they don't want to do dreads because of the ugly phase. I mean, that's what you got to think about. So, I mean, however you decide to go through that, whether you decide to cover it up with a wig, wear a headscarf, I personally would not even worry about the ugly phase. I really wouldn't. I would just embrace it. Honestly, if anyone is coming at you because of your little tiny bud dreads, why are you around them again? Whether you got the really, really tiny comb coil dreads that you're just starting out with, whether you have interlocks, whether you got baby twists, whether you started yours with braids, embrace it. It's your hair. It's gonna be your hair. Last pro, we're on pro number 5. Oh, the ultimate pro of dreads. Ultimate pro. And I think I speak for a lot of other people that have dreads currently, along with myself. You can literally have so many different styles of dreads. There is no two people's dreads look the same and ever will look the same. Ever. Your sister locks are not gonna look the same as her sister locks, whether you guys have the same number of locks or whatever. Micro locks, same exact way, because you can start them so many different ways. If you don't know how to comb coil, okay. If you know how to braid them up. If you don't know how to braid, twist them up. You know, if you want to do that freeform thing, throw away your comb. Versatility, that's literally synonymous with dreads, I think. Just because you can't put a comb through it doesn't mean that you can't do nothing with it. And the last con, because I gotta leave on an honest note. And this is probably gonna shock some of you guys. I don't know if you guys have even heard of this. This may be a concept that I'm making up. In the loc community, dread community, or whatever, I think that there is a certain level of politics. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I did my own locks. I did interlock them. And then there are some people with sister locks where they talk about the whole step lock thing, and they have like this really, really pinched face when they say it. Kind of like, I have a Bentley, and I guess she kind of sort of got like a Honda. I think Loc Politics definitely do exist, especially for people who like maybe spend a lot of money on their locks versus people who do it themselves and just didn't do that or chose not to do that, or they had the skills to do it on their own. So you may run into that. You know, I say ignore it, quite frankly, but I did want to put it out there because no one's talking about it. Do your locks however you want to do them. Do it in whatever style you want to do them. Start them however you want to do them, but don't let someone convince you that you have to do it the way that they did it just because that's how they did it. I'm a loc lover of all locks. I love freeform locks, semi-freeform locks, braid locks, twisted locks, comb coiled locks, interlocks, sister locks, stepsister locks, brother locks. My point is, really embrace the journey and do your own research into what you want, what you think is gonna suit you. I hope you guys enjoyed my little pro and con video. Let me know if you guys want me to do another Q&A or if you guys have any questions. All right, take care, enjoy.